Hello gamers and welcome back. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we're going to be playing some of that Fat Shaman due to some requests done by you guys in the comment sections. This again is not my deck. I did not make the Fat Shaman. It was actually, I think, a deck posted on Reddit, and a lot of you guys had recommended that I play it and go over it and kind of see where it lands, because it seems to be, it's not the aggro Shaman, it's not the mid-range Shaman, it's not the concede Shaman, it's not the meme Shaman, it's the Fat Shaman. So it's definitely a little bit different than what we're used to, which is good. Playing something off the curve and what people don't expect is always a nice thing. So we're playing against a priest. This is not a nice thing. Priest is not a nice class to go against. I guess keeping Stormcrack couldn't be too bad, depending on what kind of priest he's playing. I could be playing Dragon Priest at this point. Stormcrack, I guess, is not that great unless he plays, what is that 2-drop, 2/4. It's a 1/4, but if you have a dragon, I'm pretty sure it gets +1 attack. So I think we're just going to mulligan everything back, and we're going to look for some other cards. Maybe some draw, things of that nature. Feral Spirit's good. Faceless is really nice if he doesn't have a power ward death. Also, we're joined tonight by some of that sweet Angry Orchard, one of my favorite kind of beers. Today was a long day, guys, I'm not gonna lie. We'll go over my day later in the game, but the first thing I want to do before we get into anything is to talk about and thank our most recent donation, our donationer. We could actually coin spirits. How bad is that? So if we coin spirits, we're gonna be overloaded on turn 3, but we don't plan to play anything on 3. We plan to play the Faceless on 4. So it's best to kind of just get the turn 3 over with, because we're gonna be overloaded then. So on turn 4, we can drop this. Then we can't follow up with the Azure Drake, but that's okay, because we're just going to try to get the early kill on this guy. Mark M with that $20 donation. I just want to thank you very much, man. I know I'm a little bit late on this donation because I'm traveling to New York. As you can see, the background is not the normal background. He is playing Dragon Priest, the normal background we have. So travel time and then work has been killer, which I'll get into a little bit later in the episode. But yeah, thank you, Mark M. You've been added to the top donator list, which would be on the About Me page, and I believe you're second right now, right behind Fuse Man. So that's a pretty good spot to be. So I just want to say thank you again, and your support will definitely help the channel out, because getting this channel to what the other channel was will be difficult by myself. We don't have Tony or anything like that helping us out in the background, but I think we can make it. Also, guys, I'm not sure if Tony, if the videos with Tony will be out by now when you guys see this, but just keep in mind, me and Tony don't live together, and we don't work together anymore. So whenever Tony is in a video or anything like that, he's basically probably at my house, which means he's only going to be in maybe 1 or 2 videos. It's not like every video is going to have me and Tony. That would be awesome, but don't expect that all the time. I wish it could happen all the time, but unfortunately, yeah, we don't. Situation does not allow that. So, playing against Dragon Priest, I'm not really familiar with this deck, to be completely honest. Like, we obviously can see it's very control-ish, probably plays very similar to the meme Shaman, which we'll probably be making a deck guide on that a little bit later in the season. But do we make the trade, or do we just swing face? If we make the trade, we already know he doesn't have the Shadow Ward Death. We obviously definitely want to play the second runner-up. I think we're just going to hero power here, unless we like attack and then we can healing wave. His going on turn 6, which probably an Entomb. So I really don't mind the trade. It's at 4. I guess he could Excavated Evil, right? That would be the only way this dies, unless we get Healing Totem. Spell power is good. I think this is fine. So Excavated Evil, well, he would attack and then Excavated Evil, or we might see an Entomb. If he entombs it, that's not a bad target, because we can get him to use double entomb sooner. We have a Ysera in the deck, and because the Ysera has 4 attack, not 5, not 3, he can't kill it. Our only fear is he entombs the Ysera, but if we know he already casts maybe 1 or 2 of the entombs, it's pretty good for us. The Bookworm, making the trade, and then that's it. And he knows this lines up well with his 3/6 on the board. So if there's any way, shape, or form that we can heal it, which we can, the healing wave will actually come in pretty handy here. The Azure Drake Stormcrack doesn't get rid of this. We could play the second Faceless Go Face with this one, but this isn't going to be one of those games where we're really going to be able to rush them down. So I think the play is in fact to go ahead and Healing Wave, which leaves us with 3 mana, which is basically the only thing we can do past that is a hero power. Then this is put at 4. I don't think it's that bad. I think we can go ahead and actually make this trade. Actually, he just saw the Ysera. That's probably not good. If we could have guaranteed Spell Power Totem, I might have gone like Stormcrack Maelstrom, but we couldn't guarantee that, so I'm not going to take that risk. The Healing Totems here is really nice as well, unless he just gets Shadow Word Pain, and that's just Ripperonis and the Chatteronies. But if we can stack pile... Oh, he's going to... Did he top deck it? The Entomb. Okay, so that's 1 Entomb down. He might save the second one, though, for the Ysera, because he knows it is coming. We could go ahead with the Azure Drake Stormcrack, or we could go ahead with the Faceless Stormcrack. And I think I'm going to go ahead and Faceless and then Stormcrack. And the reason being is, first of all, he didn't deal with the other one with the Shadow Ward Death, which means he doesn't have it yet unless he top decks it. The Azure Drake is pressure and he can't kill it, but it's not the pressure I want to be putting down right now. Plus, there's plenty of cards in our hand to choose from. So the draw one isn't as good at the moment as it could be. A Hex off the top would have been sick. This is currently only max, 4 damage. That's not enough. So unless we like Azure Drake, and then that's all we can do. So we basically just have to attack this and hope he doesn't have a dragon. Of course he has a dragon. Ripperonis, Fielderonis. Azure Drake, what do we draw? One card off, game. Gosh darn it. Always 1 card off. Okay, so Twilight Guardian. We actually might be able to outvalue this guy. So we can drop Lightning Storm. I was thinking, well, Maelstrom Portal's gonna do 3. This is gonna do 3 to 4. I don't really feel that. I mean, I guess we could attack in Maelstrom, play the second Azure Drake, or we can just drop the big boy. I guess we could Maelstrom. This costs, we go down to 7. This costs 7. We swing anyway, right? So Maelstrom, that costs 7. We make this trade. We play Sir Giant-a-Lots. This is weak to Holy Nova. This sticks. It's not too bad. He only has 1 Entomb left, 2 Shadow Ward Deaths. He's already played his Chill Maul, which is probably his second biggest dragon, followed by maybe a Ysera, probably not a Deathwing. He looks like... He reminds me of like a Ysera. No, this guy plays Neff. Dirty Bird, you're a Neff kind of guy, so he plays Neff. So that'll be interesting. I'm also looking forward to playing Freeze Mage this season, but more about our day. So we got to New York at the beginning of the month. We're going to be here till the 25th. The Excavated Evil is basically the same version of like the Holy Nova. It clears both our cards, so this lives. And as long as we can just keep playing the big boys. All right, this guy can actually die to, what do we got going on? Stormcrack would be a hell of a top deck. Woo! Hot diggity dog. Hot diggity dog. So we know we're going to Stormcrack that. Now we've got some mana left over. Do we go ahead and just hero power play the other Arcane Giant? I think so. This is a lot of pressure for a priest. This is a lot of pressure. But yeah, so we got here the 30th. We're working with our uncle. For those of you who are new, you have no idea about my travels and what's going on. So family business, uncle owns an AC thing, he needs some help, came up here, marketing major, and doing my best to kind of help out his really old school business. I mean, we're talking second Entomb, we can play Ysera boys. Really old school kind of shit. Ooh, the Kansamida on the board. Pretty good. I can see this deck lining up very well against like any sort of early to mid-range deck, right? But any control deck, I feel like this deck might get outvalued just because, I don't know. We'll play it again. But yeah, so we've been helping him out. It's a really old school business. He does everything like, we're talking real old, like Flintstones kind of shit. So it's really difficult because I'm only, I only have 12 hours in our workday, and there's just so much stuff, and it's just basically me that's trying to update everything. So like they don't know what Dropbox is. They don't know like hard drives and like, how to move files and network and how to make computers, sync up together. It's the saddest little thing. It just, it's crazy that, it could be 2016 and like people are still, they don't even know that in the same Excel page you can have multiple tabs. It's just like, holy moly mackerel. I think we're going to keep Lightning Storm, but do we keep anything else? Like, I feel like Azure Drake's a good keep. Feral Spirits is always something we're looking for. Maelstrom Portal is always nice. The Halazeal is also nice, though, right? You know, he pushes a lot of damage early. We can Halazeal, drop like an, you know what? I think I might keep Halazeal. It might be greedy, but I feel like Halazeal, what the fuck is it called? Elemental Destruction. There we go. Go for that Reno Jackson heal. But yeah, we wake up at like, today we had to wake up at like 4 a.m. But normally I can sleep into like that 4:30 a.m., you know, really sleeping in. And then we get back around, I want to say 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And that's, and then we get, then we record. So I do my best to kind of stay lively for you guys. New York's a hell of a, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. A hell of a ride, I guess you should call it. It's very, very, very exhausting. When we're in Florida, it's all happy dandy, though. We can wake up whenever we want. It's like having vacation. We can wake up whenever we want, and then when we wake up, we record. We're all happy dandy. We've got our like, cup of coffee with a little flower on it because we're ready to go. So he is playing Zoo with the Argent Squire play there. So I think there's nothing to do here. There's no point to coin hero power. Coining Blood Mage feels bad because we can just combo Blood Mage with any sort of spell power like Maelstrom Portal, and it'll get more use than just playing it to contest this. It's good it didn't discard like the Silverware Golem there. That would have been very unfortunate. So coining really does nothing. Hero power. We can coin on 3, get ourselves a 7/7 out there. Maybe nullify some damage, but Maelstrom Portal would be a good draw, because then we can just go like Blood Mage, coin Maelstrom Portal, and then just drop this on 4. Maelstrom Portal would be a hell of a draw. We'd probably even just drop the Lightning Storm. Feral Spirits holds them back a little bit. If we go ahead and drop the Lightning Storm, we're going to have 2 mana next turn, so we're basically just going to hero power, or we can actually coin Wolves, which is an option, but this only doing 2 to 3 damage. This lives, this dies, this could live. He stays with 2 damage on the field, 1 card in hand. We do Feral Spirits. He's gonna have to trade in with quite a few creatures, but we're overloaded the same as Lightning Storm, but we can keep the Lightning Storm with the Blood Mage later. I think we're just gonna go with the Lightning Storm. Sweet. The reason being is we still have a Healing Wave in our hand. We have taunts, we've got decent creatures to play, we have a full heal. So maybe we should have saved the Lightning Storm for when we had like the Halazeal. But we still have, you know, Maelstrom Portals, another Lightning Storm. We still have an ED in our deck. Coin out the Feral Spirits, which I think will line up well, followed by most likely like a Thalamus or Hero Power. Zoo is pretty, like, it's one of the decks that you kind of know what they're going to do. But the problem is, do you have the ability to stop it? So it's not so much guessing what they're going to do, because you know what Zoo's going to do. We actually could just go ahead and hero power here. I mean, if we coin Spirits, we're going to be at 5 mana. It's going to overload us 2. But then the Spirits aren't going to line up well with this. I guess they do. If he plays 2 cards, though, and it pings it down, that's bad. But I was thinking, what if we just hero power, and then we can just Blood Mage and then Maelstrom Portal, and I think he'll just concede. I actually think he would concede at that point. But then we're going to take, what, this is at least 5. Let's say he plays 2 creatures at 7, and then they give +2 health, so we're taking 10. We're down to put to 13. Going on turn 5. If he plays Doomguard, discard Silverware Golem. It's a lot of damage. But then we can follow up and Blood Mage stays out. I think we're just going to hero power. I think we're going to... Oh, Taunt Totem's good if it doesn't ping it off. So I think we're going to go with the Blood Mage, Maelstrom Portal turn, or play next turn. And then we can actually go ahead and maybe Halazeal or heal the following turn. Argus is bad. Argus is bad. Double ping to knock off the taunt. You gotta be fucking kidding me right now, mate. You obviously outskilled me. You outskilled me. So we could go Blood Mage. We know this is happening. Do we want to coin to hero power to see if we get the spell power? Because right now, if we Maelstrom... What would we be coining out next turn? We have 6 mana next turn. So this is going to kill 2 of his creatures. Put 2 at 1. We coin out, we're at 6. We coin out, we're at 7. Does 7 change anything? I don't think it does. Alright, spell power. No spell power. We also should have... No, we shouldn't have. That was right. So we can go Feral Spirits, Healing Wave next turn. Doomguard is a very scary thing right now. Please don't be a Doomguard. Please don't be a Doomguard. All right, thank you. And the discard, since there's nothing in his hand, nothing actually happens, which is really nice. I think there was a glitch at one point where this card, discard a random card, and if there's nothing to discard, this would still draw you cards, which was crazy. Is he going to go face with both cards? He should definitely make the Thalamus trade. Like, you should just do that. That's just something you guess. Kill the 1/1, please. If you go face and I lose to you, I'm just going to be really upset. Oh, wow. Why would you do that? I mean, Elemental Destruction's looking pretty nice. But if we could just play Spirits, trade into here. Spirits contest one of this. This still lives, that lives, but we kind of want to just kill the board, but we can actually combo the Elemental Destruction with the Halazeal, but we're going to Healing Wave anyway. So I don't think it's necessary. So first we want to draw. We know we're playing taunts, right? Yeah. Well, do we even need to heal if we play taunts? Yeah, we need to heal. All right, we're back up to what, 28? It's 26. I don't know why, like, you would always trade with the Argus there. Always trade. Peddler. We'll see how fast he picks. Normally if they pick quickly, it's like a PO or a Soulfire. If he takes his time, then it's most likely not something that great. Blood Imp's pretty nice for him. Not the best, but it's a solid choice. It's really bad against Maelstrom Portal, which is a really popular card. And Shaman is like everywhere. Argus, so this looks like definitely an ED field. It's going to go off and kill his guy, draw the card. Hopefully, oh, he has no mana, so he can't play the creature. It's going to kill off that guy. So ED is not looking as good, but it still looks like maybe we can wait a turn, right? What are we talking here? We're talking 4, 5, 6 damage. It's going to have 3 cards in hand with 8 mana. Taps, he has 6 mana. I think we can wait. We just can't overload, which means all we can do is tap, which does not feel good. If we ED, we can... Oh, man, if we ED, we're going to be having... We have 3 mana next turn, and we don't get the heal off of it. I still think it's right to do this. Because then we can just Halazeal ED and then everything dies and we're just going to go right back up to 30. I don't think he can kill us from 24 health. Slow and steady wins the race, folks. And by the way, it's the beginning of the season. That's why we're rank 18. So there's another Imp. There's the Soulfire. And then there's the Silverware discard from the hand. Ah, Flame Imp. Okay, so he's going to draw how many cards? 2 cards, right? Cool. That's the way it works. So the effect triggers twice. Possessed Villager is actually really nice into the Halazeal because they'll actually stick around for a little bit. And if this lands on the... please don't land on that guy. Alright, I was going to say, because this only has 5. So it'd actually be a risk we'd run. We'll go from... We don't want to show him what we got off the top, so we'll just play it from the middle. And then we're going to heal right back up to 30. He'll eventually give up. See, this is why the Possessed Villager was really nice, because now it lines up exactly what he needs to kill the Halazeal. That's alright. We got our Reno Jackson from our Halazeal, and that's all that matters. Also, guys, speaking of Reno Jackson, I don't know how, but every video that we run our Reno deck, I always end up running like maybe 2 Doomsayers or like 2 Twilight Drakes, right? Just for consistency. Alright, Maelstrom Portal off the top. Ooh, buddy. That's kind of scary, right? I don't want to ED again because that just feels terrible. So with Reno Jackson, guys, I know a lot of you veteran players know this, but with Reno Jackson, you have Reno Jackson says that he'll heal you to 30 as long as you have 1-ofs in your deck. Like there only can be 1 of each card in your deck, which means if you draw like a card you have 2 of and it's in your hand, it doesn't count as in your deck, which means you can run cards that are like 2 of the same, but you just have to make sure you draw 1 of them before you play Reno Jackson. I guess it doesn't say it on the card, so a newer player I can see where it might get a little confusing. But in every Reno video, I think I explained that, and the question still appears like a lot, so. Alright, so we're 24. He's a field full of stuff. We could go with the Azure Drake, or we could go with the Knowledge. I still have 2 Maelstrom. No, we have 1 Maelstrom Portal. We have 1 Lightning Storm left. We have 15 cards in the deck. 2 of the cards are what we need to succeed. I don't know. I think we can safely go face. I think we can just safely go face. I don't think he's going to push. He already used 1 Soulfire. Yeah, we haven't seen any Doom Guards yet, so. And we know what he got out of the last Peddler, so we're not scared of like double PO Soulfire shenanigans. So we could have used Knowledge instead of just Hero Powering, but I figured the Hero Power, if it gave us Spell Power, Healing Totem, 1/1 Totem, Taunt Totem, it all would have been worth it. Because he's going to have to make trades in order to stop him from dying. Like, he has to kill these creatures. And if he has a Dire Wolf, it would help him out a lot. Shield Bearer is pretty good. Okay, so he's at 13. This is 13 exactly, so if we draw a Lightning Storm, we can go ahead and Azure Drake, Lightning Storm, and just win the game. Stormcrack does it as well. And that lines it up pretty nicely. Sweet! Second win with the Fat Shaman. So that puts us at 17. We're making our way downtown. We win 1 more, we're on that sweet win streak. I really think this deck could benefit from Doomsayers. The deck list again isn't mine, guys. You asked me to use the one that was on the Reddit, so I am. And so far it seems to be working out, but I feel like at the beginning of the game, if you just don't draw your AoE, you're just not going to win. But so the Doomsayers act as like an additional AoE factor. It also allows you, when you overload, let's say you can like Elemental Destruction, and instead of dropping a creature, because this deck doesn't run thing from belows, you can just drop like a Doomsayer, which will provide you the overload turn you need to really just get the job done. I think we're going to keep the Elemental Destruction and just get rid of everything else. The reason being is just making sure you have that AoE in your hand is pretty important. Maelstrom Portal is also sick. Again, I'm going to make the assumption he's playing El Zuzo. We'll see. Flame Imp. Possessed Villager. Void Color. There's the Imp. There's the Imp. Hero Power. What does end? So, what would I cut for Doomsayers would be the question past that, right? All of this is necessary, so there's nothing that sticks out in the opening hand. I think I would cut maybe Ysera. No point to Maelstrom. We could go ahead and draw 2 cards, then we're overloaded, then we only have 1 next turn. We still have coin, so then we could like coin Lava, and then play another Ancestral. But we want to play Lava with ED, which means we actually don't have to do anything until turn 3, because then turn 3 goes around, we could ED, following turn we coin Lava into another 3-drop. I think I'm overthinking at rank 17, guys. we haven't got to play a lot of Hearthstone yet, so like when I play it, like my mind is like analyzing everything. Like normally if we play too much Hearthstone, I'm just like fuck it. We're just gonna play some cards. If he has the answers, he has the answers. If he doesn't, then we win. If he ignores the Spell Power totem, then we basically just Maelstrom and win. Please ignore the Spell Power. Please ignore. Yes. No. Why you ignore Inori? All right. Blood Mage? Hella Zeal. He set us up for a nice ED, though. It's not like pure value ED. We could like try to roll Spell Power and like bait it out another turn, but I think it's fun. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is good. We needed a target for Lava Shock. So we coin Lava Shock. We could go for the draw. Or we could Hero Power. We go for the draw, we're overload 2 on 5, which means we can't Azure Drake. How important is this that we... Oh, yeah, it overlocks it. I guess we do nothing. I figured it would only lock the crystals that we had to begin with. It wouldn't lock crystals that we haven't obtained yet. That's insane. It's good that we know that now, though.
Get in there and fight.
That is good that we know that now. So, Blood Mage is looking nice. Uh-oh. Healing Wave looks okay. So he's pushing a decent amount of damage. I kind of want to save ED and Halaziel to do together. That's a turn 7 play. I feel like Azure Drake may be too greedy. What do the cards say, Rob? What do the cards say? I mean, we could draw Lava Shock. I guess we could draw, coin, Lava Shock. But what does that provide us? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like it. I did not like it. If I had a lightning storm, I would have used it, but we don't have a lightning storm yet. And I didn't want to back-to-back ED because then he has still 3 cards in his hand, 4 into the tap, into 5, which means he can just still throw up on the board again and just rebuild. So we got to be a little bit... Like, let's say he doesn't kill the Azure Drake, right? Then we can just go ahead and drop the Maelstrom. No problem. We can even drop Halaziel and then the Maelstrom. No problem. But if he goes ahead and trades into the Azure Drake, he's at least taking some damage off the table, probably providing us a little bit. He's going to go ahead and trade a Peddler. 2-drop into our 5-drop. The value. Tap last. I like the way you think. Oh, man. Possessed Villager. Decent target for Maelstrom, but not the best. So... max damage is 3. Or max HP is 3. Playing around ED. I like it. I like it. Definitely has lethal next turn. So if we roll... I mean, we could roll Totem and then just go with the Healing Wave, right? Because we can't play an Overload this turn. Because that defeats the purpose. I mean, we can, but we'd have to Lava Shock. Because next turn we definitely want to go Halaziel into Elemental Destruction. So if we take 2 damage off this 2 damage off the table, he's at 2. He's at 5. Let's say he Doom Guards. That's 9 power overwhelming. And he's at 5. We're at 13. Yeah, we have to heal. And then what do? Just hero power? That feels really bad. Yeah. At least we're at 27. Because he'll recommit to the board now. Because it's not enough damage to, like... He's only pushing... 8 damage, so we'd be at 19 if he doesn't commit more. So he's going to commit at least another Dire Wolf that puts 4 damage on the board, or he's going to Doom Guard it out. So the Flame Imp's good, that just dies and it damages him. And he's going to follow that up with what? There's the Doom Guard. This is that commitment we were looking for. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to Halaziel, coin Elemental Destruction. We're going to heal back up to 30. We're going to follow that up with a lava to this, which will hopefully kill it, and all will be right in the world. High roll on the Doom Guard, please. Oh, fuck. Well, at least he's going to have to make this trade, because if he doesn't, he just basically automatically loses. So I guess it's not bad, but if this would have hit it for 5, then we could have gone ahead and Lava Shocked it and not have to worry about following up with a spell power. So it depends on what he draws, but we don't want him to be able to kill our Halaziel with just his 1/1. Fudge monkeys. So now this doesn't die, which means we have to look for... We either Hex this... No. We have 8... No. No. So if we go ahead Yeah. So we do some of this. I guess we could have shocked that, fire elite that. But that wasn't the plan I had in mind. I had this plan in mind. The fire ellie was good too. Yeah, fire ellie plan was good as well. Saved us from using the maelstrom, which if he plays Forbidden Ritual, then it was bad that we used the maelstrom. But we still have Baron, so it's not too bad. But it was definitely, there was other plays to be made. So he probably just goes face here. There's no reason to make this trade. There's no reason to trade into the 1-2. Silver War Golem does nothing. He's basically just setting up a big board. We're just going to fire Elemental this guy. We're going to trade into there because he's going to go face, and the 7/7 is going to hit the 2/5. Make sure the board doesn't get out of reach. And we should have lethal probably next turn. Can we see a Kintamida on the floor? Alright, Doomguard tap. Or Doomguard concede. Okay. Doomguard no Kintamida. Well, Baron does a pretty good job at doing everything we need, but I think we can draw beforehand. He's already used both Doomguards, so we're not scared of 19 burst from 2 cards in hand. Not from a zoo. Maybe from Freeze Mage. Somehow. Somewhere. Double Pyroblast. Somehow. 20 mana. 5 Innervates. Zoo is such an interesting deck. It's a deck that basically automatically wins if your opponent does not have what they need to kill it. Like, it's not a deck, like, I mentioned this before in the last game. It's not one of those decks where you have to be, like, skillfully playing around specific cards. The only thing you need to play around is basically the amount of damage they can do in one turn if you're lining up a play that we did where we needed to figure out basically how much damage you could do, and it was more than the health we had, so we need to heal and then follow up with that, basically, the big field clear. But it's not a deck that you'd sit there and you'd have to actively, wow, we're 499 out of 500 wins with Shaman. But it's not a deck we have to actively think about, like Freeze Mage. Just like, how much damage can he do based on Emperor, not Emperor, how many cards are in his hand, has he used Fireball, like all that stuff is just like, Zoo is just, they play their cards, they throw up on the board. Do you have AoE? You do, you win. If you don't, I guess you could lose if you just keep using your AoE on like 3 creature fields, and you saw how he was not committing that one game, or the couple turns, right? He just kept with the 4 creatures on the board, and he really didn't commit anything more than like maybe 1 creature, because he knew we had probably a follow-up to our Elemental Destruction, because he knows he run Maelstrom Portal, we know we run Lightning Storm, so he's kind of holding back. But the Healing Wave really set him off, because at that point he had max 7 damage, and 7 damage a turn to a control Shaman is nothing, because we have 2 heals, we've got taunts, we've got big creatures, we have other removal, so we definitely had to commit more, and that's where we kind of turned the game. But anyway, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the Fat Shaman. I suppose I could do a deck guide on it if you guys really wanted to see that. It's not really a deck, again, I didn't build it myself, so it's not like, oh, homebrewed or whatever. It's more of so just playing someone else's deck and just going over it if it's good or not. Maybe adding our own little spin, throwing in some Doomsayers, taking out the Ysera, maybe throwing in, Thing from Below is just a fantastic card, so I don't really see why it's not in there. Plus it has Taunt, so it's really good against any aggro deck, which of course aggro is always a thing. But we'll see what goes on with the comments and what you guys think. So as always, I'm Warshack, of course, and happy whatever the hell day it is.